Let me tell you guys one of the easiest ways to actually get rich. There's many different ways, but I will teach you guys one of the basic methods, okay? Okay, so here we start. It's all about energy, okay? You have to become the energy. I know it's cliche, everyone has said it, you got to become the energy before you actually experience it. But let me tell you guys how you can actually apply that in practice, okay, in your life, and how to become rich and attract opportunities, monies, and all of that stuff very easily. It's a lot easier than you think, okay? So, energy has to flow naturally, okay? You have to connect vibrationally. Your energy has to match the energy of abundance and vibration. You cannot tell yourself that you're poor even if your bank account is at zero, okay? You have to tell yourself, first of all, affirmations and all that stuff is very real, okay? So you got to tell yourself every day, like, why am I so rich? Why do I have so much money? You got to look at yourself in the mirror. You got to repeat that to yourself, okay? But what you want to do, one of the most important things, okay, is whatever way works for you, okay? What you want to do is you want to saturate your energy, your consciousness, okay? You want to saturate your consciousness with exactly what you want to experience. So you want to become rich, you have to saturate all of your consciousness, your attention, all of that stuff with everything that only aligns with that of abundance and richness. Okay? So you have to unfortunately cut off all the energies that do not serve you into achieving that goal. So even if that means cutting off friends or cutting off people that literally will tell you, oh no, that's not possible, you cannot be rich like that, or like all these people, like you have to cut them off, unfortunately, okay? This is the truth, because they're gonna pollute your consciousness. You have to remove all distractions. That's very important, okay? That's one of the most important points. You have to remove all distractions, all things that pollutes your consciousness from fully soaking in that energy that you're trying to experience, okay? So anything that is not vibrationally aligned with abundance, people that tell you that things are not possible, situations, you got to remove the thoughts in your mind that keeps telling you that you're poor, that you don't have enough money, whatever. No. Even if you don't see it right now, you got to tell yourself, I'm rich, I'm abundant. Why am I so abundant? Why am I always attracting so many opportunities, and why do I have so many brilliant ideas to create money? Why do I attract all of these blessings, and why does all of this money arise from every single direction, expected and unexpected? Okay, so you want to soak in your energy. You want to soak in all of your consciousness. Okay, so you got to remove all distractions. So that means you got to remove all news, all negative news, all things that does not serve you. So you got to start to tell yourself affirmations. Even if that means, okay, that to be able to soak your energy, even if that means that you repeat robotically 4 or 5 hours a day. I know that sounds insane, but that could be a way to really soak in your consciousness. 4 or 5 hours a day that you repeat to yourself how much you're rich, and you find different ways to say it, so it doesn't become boring. But you could, just start with maybe 30 minutes or 1 hour or 2 hours every single day. When you wake up in the morning, when you're about to go at night, and you got to repeat to yourself about how rich you are all of the time, and how you attract all of these things effortlessly. You got to reprogram your mind. You got to reprogram your consciousness. So what is your consciousness, right? Your consciousness is everything that you're conscious of. So anything that you consume, whether it's social media, whether it's online, people that you listen to, people that you connect with, whether it's family or friends, anything that tells you that whatever you're trying to achieve is not possible, you got to remove that, okay? At least for the time being, until you've actually experienced it, okay? But it's very important. You got to soak in all of your consciousness. So daily affirmations. You got to repeat daily affirmations, a lot of it. Okay? You repeat yourself in the mirror that you're rich. All of these things, that you're so abundant, that you attract love, that you attract opportunities, that you attract abundance, business, all these things naturally, effortlessly. Okay? This has to become second nature to you. Okay, that's how this. It's a lot simpler than you think. Okay, sorry, I'm in pajama right now, but I had this very powerful download and I just had to record this video right now for all of you guys. Okay, this is very important. I'm in flow right now. You got to listen to the flow also. Very important. Okay, so, okay, the most important two things, okay, to soak your consciousness with everything that you want to experience. Okay, whether it's love, abundance, whatever. Okay, you got to soak as much as you can your consciousness with what you want to experience. Whether it's richness, abundance, love, anything that you desire, okay? Creating your dream, whatever, okay? Attracting the right people in your life, whatever. And then the second thing that you got to do is you got to remove all distractions and all the things that pollute your consciousness from being able to do fully and well rule number 1, which is fully soaking your consciousness in what you're trying to do. So you can do affirmations. You can listen to some affirmations about richness. There's plenty of videos of that on YouTube. You can go and write rich affirmations. You listen to that every single day. 15, 30 minutes, 1 hour, you increase your time, okay? You soak in your consciousness, very important, okay? Anything that captivates your attention, whether it's certain social media channels that distracts you from that pulls you more into fear, that pulls you more into you not believing all of that is possible. You got to remove all of these things. If you want to truly experience and soak in your consciousness, you got to remove the distractions, okay? And for example, if prayer works for you, then you always thank the universe. Thank you so much, universe, for how much blessings, for how much richness, for how much everything is always coming naturally to me. Okay, so whether it's affirmations, whether it's prayer, whether it's robotic affirmations, whether it's listen, whether you say it out loud. When you say it out loud, it's also even more important. Whether it's even like chanting. I like also, Indian mantras, of wealth and abundance with Lakshmi, for example. Very powerful. Whatever works for you, okay, does not matter. Okay, but you gotta figure out the best way to soak your consciousness with richness. Surround yourself with people that you aspire to. If you have like a very successful friend or something, trying to learn a few things from them. Learn their habits. What are their habits? How you can do things to increase your energy, detox your body, feel better within your body, and also soak in your consciousness into more of what you want. Okay, so these are the most important things. I hope this helps, my friends. You can experience everything that you want and you wish and you desire in your life. You just got to soak in your consciousness. You got to soak in all of your attention. Remove all the bad news. Remove all of that crap. You do not need that. Soak in everything that you want to experience and you will experience it. It's just going to be a matter of time. Okay, it's just time. The universe works at a slightly slower speed than your own consciousness. So it has to catch up. The physical world has to catch up to what you're creating within your mind for it to be manifested into the physical. Okay, so you got to be patient. Okay, you got to soak in your consciousness, and all of the opportunities, everything that you wish and you desire will naturally be attracted to you. You got to believe it deep down in your subconscious. You got to reprogram your subconscious minds, and there's so many ways to do that. Okay, but maybe start with affirmations and remove all distractions, okay? And let me tell you, you will be able to get out of debt if you have debt. You will be able to attract opportunities, to have the most brilliant ideas that you've never had in your life that you thought you could attract, okay? All of this is possible, okay? Trust in the process. Do this and your life will completely change. It's just going to be a matter of time, okay? You just got to stick to it. And then reality will not have a choice but to catch up to your consciousness, because you create your reality. You co-create everything that you experience. Change your beliefs, change your experience. You got this. I love you.